Welcome to the Odd Life Podcast. That's AWED, which stands for Awake, Well, and Empowered. We're here to have conversations to inspire women of all ages to live odd AF. I'm your host, Hallie, and thank you so much for being here. Let's dive in. Everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling odd AF. Here's my little mug to remind you to do that. Let's just start off with what I want to talk about today is I started a group here locally, sort of on a whim. I reached out on TikTok and I said, I'm looking for women in the Kansas City area who are living sober or sober curious lives that want to get together, do things with other sober women. And I did it on a whim. It's just one of those things where I was feeling a bit like, it was the holidays coming up. My kids weren't home yet. I wanted to be with other people. You know, there's the holiday parties, there's the Christmas shopping and cocktails. You see all these things revolving around alcohol. And I just felt like I need to find my local women that are living sober. There's a lot of online communities that are out there that are sober focused. Suzanne Ware's got a group online. I can find lots online. I want to find people in person. So I asked on TikTok for people to raise their hand. Let me know if you're interested in getting it together. It's got about 15,000 views right now. I had over 300 people saying, I want in. So how can we do this and keep everybody safe, for one? And I created a group on meetup.com. It's called the Kansas City Women's Sober Social Club. A bit of a tongue twister, a bit long. It may change eventually. But for right now, that's the name of it. You can't go wrong with all those words. It's local, Kansas City. Who is it for? It's for women that are sober. And what are we going to do? We're a social club. We're going to go do things together. The reason why this came up is because I had looked online for some sort of group and I couldn't find anything that wasn't about recovery, a halfway house, those kinds of things. And I'm not trying to knock on people that are in recovery, but I don't want it to be about recovery. I want us to be about women that are just choosing not to drink. And I couldn't find anything. I even reached out to a gal that's a local podcaster that her whole thing's about addiction and sobriety, and if she has people that she hangs out with that are sober only. And she said, well, it's sort of tied into the recovery group a little bit, but she has some friends she gets together with. And she said, hey, I'll reach out to you when we get together next. Haven't heard from her, which is fine. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ask and see if I get any response. And I did. Instagram, I got zilch. I saw something funny the other day about Instagram and what it takes to be seen over there. It's like, you got to do this 14-step process, use this theme, use this edit, use this one song. I was like, all these boxes you got to check. And then you have to give a blood sacrifice. And that's exactly what it feels like on Instagram. I don't know what is going on over there. It's like you have to find the exact right combination of things, the right song. You got to have the right video. You have to have a certain length. And you can't use a link. Because if you use a link over there, they're going to go, oh, wait, you're going to take people out of this app. So we don't want to show your stuff because it has a link outside of Instagram on it. Just all of this stuff. It's so stupid. So anyway, my point is TikTok for some reason took off. And I think it's because the sober conversation is everywhere. And I'm great with that. I've been living the sober life since 2018. I'm not 100% sober. I've had a handful of drinks since. And even then it's been like half a drink, or I order a glass of wine in Portugal and I have 3 sips of it. My relationship with alcohol has completely changed. And I've already talked about this. This is not the podcast to go into all that. You can see other podcasts about my sober story, but I'm ready to be around people that don't drink. It's quite nice. And my husband still drinks. My adult kids drink. Nobody else is living sober like I am in my family. I don't have friends I get together with. If I do, it's a coffee date or a walk. So I choose different activities to do with people that I normally used to drink with. Some of them have stuck around, a lot haven't, but it is what it is. It's okay. I've changed a lot too because of it. Moving on. I was looking for women that want to get together, and alcohol is never in the picture. And to start off a friendship like that, rather than trying to salvage friendships that maybe alcohol tended to be the common denominator. I don't know. Just what we did together. We went out as couples and we drank and went to concerts and had some drinks beforehand, or went to tailgate before this big game. A lot of times that's what we did. And so I'm looking to start some new friendships that they're based on us being sober. That's the common denominator. So like I said, got online and asked, and I got the the responses. And so went over to meetup.com, started a group and gave people the link. I've got about 75 or 80 people that have signed up to be part of the group. You know how that is. People sign up because they're curious. They don't actually engage. I tried to schedule a couple things before Christmas. There's a luminary walk here that is all lit up. It's at Arboretum. That is gorgeous. It's all lit up with candles. And there's music and you can get coffee or hot chocolate. And they were sold out of tickets. We couldn't get enough for everybody. And so that fell through. And then I organized a walk a week after Christmas. There was 3 of us and it was great. And so that started things off. Like, okay, here we go. But I found out because of those gals I went for a walk with, they could not see each other's profile pictures. The free version of meetup.com does not allow them to see each other. I only see them because I'm the administrator. And so I realized, oh, wait, that sucks when you're talking to an empty avatar. And that doesn't feel right. I didn't want to invest in paying for upgrades. I wasn't sure the engagement yet. I wasn't sure if it was worth it yet. And then I thought, why did I not just go to WhatsApp? WhatsApp is how our retreat gals stay in touch. It's what we do in our book club, how we stay in touch. And I was like, okay, dummy, you should have just done WhatsApp from the beginning. But I wanted to screen people before they came in. Like, are you in Kansas City? Are you living sober curious? And they're going to answer those questions, yes. But I want to make sure it's not a bot, some creep, ask them what they're hoping to get out of this group. And that lets me know their intentions. So that's sort of the first step. And then the second step is here's the link to our WhatsApp group. We're not really meeting on Meetup because of the extras you have to pay for and it's stupid. Maybe someday, I don't know what we'll do, maybe some dedicated website just to our group and there'll be a membership fee. I don't know. We'll see eventually where this goes. But for now, that's what we've got going on. And so I only have about 25 women that came over from Meetup to our WhatsApp group, which is fine. So we'll see where it goes. If people really are intentional about wanting to get together with other sober people, they're going to follow this next step. Hopefully they want it bad enough. If they don't, then that's fine. They probably weren't going to engage much anyway from the beginning. They were just curious. So I have gotten on Instagram and I've gotten on TikTok and I've shared some follow-up and what's next. It's interesting. So I'm like, oh God, now am I like a group administrator and I'm leading this group. So it's taken extra time. Like right now I'm trying to coordinate a private mahjong lesson for us. I've already taken lessons and there's a couple others that have taken, I think, some basic classes. However, I would think it'd be great for us to do it as a private group to meet each other and get to know each other and another fun way to gather. And then we can start scheduling time to play. We're trying to get that coordinated. And we're meeting for coffee on Saturday at Parisi Cafe in Union Station. It's sort of a central location at Kansas City. So it's not just for the people in the South. We're north. It's hopefully going to be a central location for everybody. And that's part of it too, is I think this is a great way to explore our city and do fun things with other people. So hiking, walking, visiting museums, theater, all these different things. So trying to do at least a couple of activities a month if we can, trying to get this thing off the ground right now. But the goal is I want this to be our group. I don't want this to be where I'm the only one making plans or scheduling things. I am in the beginning, obviously. Someone's got to take the reins. But I really would love this to feel like our group and whoever wants to get together. Maybe some people that live in the Northland find each other and say, hey, you know what? Why don't we get together, go for a walk? We're just down the street from each other. And then they can coordinate plans individually if they want, or they can throw something out to the group and we all say, that sounds great. Let's do it. Eventually, if this gets bigger and needs more coordination, then this may be sort of a pay to play membership group. If we're going to be trying to maybe organize private lessons, like a cooking lesson or art classes, or take a private tour on a museum, we may have to charge in order to get those things done. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Who knows? Who knows? Eventually, this could be really cool if, like, let's say this is the Kansas City chapter, and then there's a Chicago chapter, and then there's a Denver chapter, and then a Minneapolis chapter. Who knows where this can go? And there may be in other cities already, which is fine. But right now in Kansas City, we don't have it. There's a lot of recovery, a lot of AA suggestions, a lot of groups about that kind of stuff. And this isn't that. We just want to go hang and do things with other women who are living sober life. That's it. And so we'll see, what this leads to, but I'm actually really excited about it. We're going to get some people that start and then phase out. It is what it is. But I really think we're going to find some women locally that are awesome. I do feel like leaving the meetup group is important because people do go on those things to find groups. And hopefully they find that group through Meetup, and then they can find us on WhatsApp. So if you are living in Kansas City, the metro area, you can go to meetup.com and type in Kansas City Women's Sober Social Club, and you'll find us, and you just request to join, answer a couple questions. I'll let you in, and then you can find the link to our WhatsApp community chat and then go from there. The hardest thing is when you go to WhatsApp, when you join, you only see conversations from that moment on. You can't see previous conversations, which I think is a shitty thing. I wish you could go back. It's like, entering a group chat. You should be able to go back and see all the previous things we talked about because there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of comments and people introducing themselves, all that kind of stuff. I wish they would change that. Maybe that's a suggestion I can make to them, but it is what it is. I can only do so much. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. And I really want to do this well because I think this is something that's really important. I've had over 300 people comment and respond to that original post. And I think the sober conversation is happening more and more and more. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think menopause is becoming a huge factor for a lot of women who are no longer drinking either as much or at all. It really messes with our bodies. Sleep becomes so important as we get older. I mean, I feel like sleep has always been disrupted by alcohol, but then as we get older, the hormones do it. And so you combine alcohol with getting older, sleep sucks, and insomnia is happening. I think this is a really interesting time right now. Then I think once they get a taste of what life is like without it and how they're feeling and how they're sleeping. And I've mentioned this in many episodes when I talk about alcohol and taking it out of my life, my motivation, my energy, my focus, my creativity has gone through the roof and just my inner peace. I feel so much more like myself. And I think women are waking up to that power of being able to be out in the world and being social without alcohol. It's very, very empowering. And I think we're initially expecting it to feel weird. But when you say no and you show up fully as your whole self in a social situation, that was fuel for me. I felt amazing in those situations. I was like, yes, ask me again why I'm not drinking. Yes, ask me again if I want to drink. I'm going to keep telling you no, that I am great without it. It became more and more empowering just to keep saying, no, I'm good. I'm great. Nope, not drinking. I'm great with my water. Thanks very much. I mean, you think just a few short years ago during COVID, the joke was going down the street and seeing everybody's bottle recycling and seeing how much alcohol was in there. I was raw dogging COVID. I did not drink during COVID, not once. I can't imagine, honestly, drinking during COVID. I'm pretty sure my stress levels and cortisol would have gone through the roof, even more than it already was. Perhaps that was a wake up call for some people, but I do think midlife is a bigger one. And I'm happy to bring people into the fold. If they want to come hang out with me, go for a walk, shop, do whatever together, go for coffee. At some point, I would love it if we could travel together, go on retreats together, plan something just for our group. That would be amazing. So there's a lot of potential with this. And I'm bringing this up because my friend Nina brought this up in one of her podcast episodes about creating what you want. If you can't find it, create it. And I'll link to the episode below what she was talking about specifically. But if you are looking for something, maybe you love to knit and you want to hang out with other women and knit together, create your own knitting club. If you want to go for a walk every Saturday morning but don't want to do it alone, create your own walking club. Whatever it is that you want to do or want to be around, create it if you can't find it. That's what I'm doing. I couldn't find it, so I'm creating it. And I'm not the biggest extrovert. It depends on the situation. I love to be alone, read my books. I can go shopping alone. I can travel alone. No problem with any of that. But I also crave connection. I want to be with people too. So I feel like even if you're an introvert and you love to read books, book club is always an easy one. Or maybe you organize a group that goes to a local coffee shop. You bring your favorite book and you do a quiet read together. There's all kinds of things you can do. What is it that you love? Create the group to do it with. And all it takes is you putting it out there and asking. Maybe it's emailing a bunch of people. Maybe you don't want to be on social media and throw this out there. Email your friends. Maybe you belong to another organization already and you create some sort of maybe flyer, leave it on the bulletin board. Ask people at work if they know anybody that wants to do these kinds of things as well. Just keep asking. Or go on meetup.com or someplace like that. There's probably other places to go online to create a group. Maybe it's Facebook. Do whatever you need to do to create the space to find the people and then get together with them in person. There's all kinds of online groups, but still it's only online. And eventually that's going to wear thin. You need to be around people. I think now more than ever, we need to feel that human connection in person. I can join all the groups online, and I have. but things fizzle because you're not in the same physical space. You only get so far in a relationship online. Until you're in their physical space, it's just different. Seeing somebody else's facial reaction, feeling their energy, hearing someone else laugh in your presence, giving them a hug. You can't do those things online. And you get to do cool things with somebody else. So I highly encourage you to figure out a way to create what you need. So that's what I'm up to right now. A lot of reading, a lot of trying to organize some events, trying to do the podcast, and get this year going in a way that I want to feel. I want to feel connection. I want to feel friendships. I want to have fun. I want to feel adventurous. And I'm great with doing some things alone, but I don't want to do everything alone. Therefore, my Sober Social Club was created. If you want to do this for yourself, whatever it is that you want to create, whether you're creating a book club, a knitting club, taking art classes together, mahjong, pickleball, there's all kinds of things you can focus on to create the community that you need. And like I said, I think right now is a really, really crucial time for community. I think we've lost it. Social media has really pushed us apart. And, we think we're connected through social media, but if anything, it's just a false sense of connection. The funny memes and the funny videos says we made it out of the group chat. That's where you need to go next. You need to get out of the online group and make it your in-person group. Maybe you're already in groups right now on Facebook or something else. Ask for anybody that's in the local area and see if you can take those connections offline. I really think this may be the start of people really pulling back on social media, how toxic it is, how manipulated it is by algorithms and by people that want you to see certain things and not see other things. I really feel like we're going to get back to old school connection, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I love the people I've met online, but it needs to go offline at some point in order to be authentic and true and truly connected. So I'm here to encourage you to create what you need. If you need any help, let me know. Happy to give some suggestions or talk something through with you if you want to figure out how to do this. I'm not by any means a group guru, but if you need some help, throwing some ideas around, let me know. All right. Love you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you found this episode either helpful, inspiring, entertaining, or just made you feel less alone, or maybe all of those things. If so, I'd love it if you'd share this episode with a friend as well as on your social media. And if I dare ask for more, to rate and review the podcast on your favorite platform, especially Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You see, the more reviews we have, the more people we can reach, and the bigger the Odd Life community can become. You guys are the best. I can't wait to chat again next week, so we'll see you then.